Oh, before I get started, Eli.
Yes.
Fine. Your agent can call and complain, but try to hold out for more money. So you get fined. We gotta be fair. Gotta be fair. All right. Welcome back.
Thank you. Coach, just third day of practice, going pretty hard, heat and so forth.
Absolutely.
I've been pleased with, what you've been trying to get out of these first 3 days of training camp.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it when it's hot like that out there, because you're gonna find out a lot about guys, right? It's easy. Everybody comes, peacocking in, day one, get their little walk in the, Instagram story. Everybody got their little outfit or whatever it is, and all excited. And then you get into these days, and you're gonna find out. And as you try to push through, and it was a competitive practice, which you want again. Third day in a row has been super competitive. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of good things. Some that are clearly visible, others that, as you go back to the tape, that are very encouraging.
Any update on Matt Hennessy?
Yeah, so, something came up, something he dealt with at the end of last year, so we just we gotta get an MRI, and I'll know more. I'll have answers for you tomorrow.
And, one of the big things coming into camp was filling the number 2 wide receiver spot. How's that group been working thus far?
Are you one of those guys that's like WR1, WR2, WR3?
I have been forced to join the group, yes.
Okay, well, we've got a really deep, unique skill group, so I'll kind of clump them together. I don't know. Again, I don't use that lingo. Maybe I'm out of touch, but we got a good group of receivers, tight ends. All those guys have been very pleased with that group.
Or was CP, was that impressed?
Yeah, that was a vet. EK, dealing with some tendonitis stuff, so it'll be day to day. And then Eddie, again, we'll have to just evaluate. As I said yesterday, I'll be mindful. We talk about personal things, and we learn a lot on this job as we do every day. But so I'll probably have an answer about Eddie. But if somebody's going through something personal, you just got to respect that, and obviously if it's something we need to make a transaction, we will.
I would say, I know you might not want to get too deep into that, but is it something where he might decide to retire again?
Yeah, I think there's a possibility there, Mike. With Eddie, last year retired, and then so we put him on that, and he actually reached out to us, and so somebody does that, you're just like, all right, it's kind of a why not, and see how it goes. And to his credit, he looked phenomenal when he showed up the other day. Like I said, you just never know what somebody's going through, and you're mindful, and we'll do everything to help our players, and so we'll have a final answer probably tomorrow. But yeah, that'd be a great possibility.
Arthur, the bodies in the secondary are very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The versatility you can do with different personnel groups. Could you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, we've got, just like we play in a lot of personnel packages. I know D-Glad gets mad because his depth chart's he's kind of outdated. He's still probably stuck in the 2010s or 2000s. And he gets mad on the game book when the only guy that didn't play is the backup quarterback. But we play a lot of guys, and I'm just kidding, D-Led. Just welcome you back. Make sure you're up and you're attentive. But in all seriousness, those guys in the back end, we got a lot of depth and a lot of good competition going on. Not only in the inside, Mike D. Clark, he continues to do something every day that catches our eye, which is good. That's why we wanted him here. And on the outside, Jeff, AJ made a good play in the red zone down there today. I think Jeff's playing really good football right now. And you can feel their size out there in the back end, those guys. You feel Jesse and Richie and Hawk, Mike. I love what's going on back there, Arch. And, Cornell Armstrong, Sip. So Sip made another play again today. Yeah. He just continues to get better. Looked good as a jammer so far in camp too, which is a critical part. Trey Flowers, he shows up. You feel his size. So fired up what's going on back there. Now we got to continue to improve.
You hired Jerry Gray for a reason, because of his expertise. Certainly he played the position as well. I just wonder, are you already seeing the dividends from OTAs and here early in camp, or what he's showing those guys?
been impressive the most, yes. And it's not, Jerry's a fantastic football coach, and he's coached corners of all, and safeties, and, nickels of all different shapes and sizes. And sometimes, which I think is unique, and I've seen this with a lot of great former players who are coaches, they don't just look at it, here's how I did it, right? Arch, yes, Liam? Time? You ready to answer some questions? No? So, they're problem solvers. It's like they're great teachers. And so is Steve Jackson. And they've worked well together. I've worked with Steve and Jackson. We had a really veteran group in Washington. I thought it was one of the more impressive coaching jobs when you got, we had Sean Springs, we had Carlos Rogers, we had Fred Smoot, we had Sean Taylor, and Ryan Clark was back there at one point. Before we got there, then we drafted Lon Landry. You forget the depth of experience, and then you go back earlier than that. And then their time as players. And that group, we've made a lot of changes back there, even schematically, and they've been an integral part of that. And then the way, yes, sir.
I got birthday present for my birthday.
You got a birthday present? Your birthday's a couple months now, bud. I don't know. You got until October 23rd, big man. But the defensive staff has really meshed well together. Like Dave Huxtable's been an awesome addition. Putting Mario over there and Lanier and then Ryan and Frank still being here, Matt Pease, like guys are doing an awesome job, and that's what you want. You don't want all these big egos and jockeying. We're just trying to get better and do what's best for this team and give us the best chance to win, and those guys are doing that. I've been very pleased with the whole defense staff.
Coach, what value have you seen Taylor thus far bring to that quarterback room, specifically being behind Desmond?
Yeah, they're all different. Every quarterback I've ever had the privilege to work with, they're all completely different. It's a gritty group of three guys right there. They're not your traditional quarterbacks. I don't think any of them were big recruits or little coddle guys with their own little individual coaches and pampered up, and they're tough. They work well together. They like to work. Taylor, another guy, right? He's been a guy that's been cut a few times, and every time he goes out there and produces, and sometimes he might not pass the look test, but tougher than hell, and he can deliver, and he's shown that in the NFL, and so is Dez. I thought Dez had a good day today. The things you appreciate about a guy like Dez is he's not afraid to take a shot and work on it. Like we had one play early in practice, it was 7-on-7, and Kyle was wide open underneath, and he thought about it, and then he saw Drake, and he re-hitched, and he missed. Who cares? Like he's hit shots in games, but if you don't try those in practice, or if you're one of those soft souls that lives behind your screen and are worried about it, you're never going to get better. That's what I appreciate about Dez, and Taylor kind of has that same attitude, and certainly Logan does. So it's a fun group to be with. Every year it's been different, but glad Taylor's here.
I know pads aren't on yet.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have seen Bijan before. Has he been, at least from kind of the skill set position?
Yeah, have you seen his versatility? Zooming, you watch there's a lot of things he can do all over the field. I thought he, ran a nice route on Troy. Troy got him yesterday. That's what competition came back, adjusted on it. He's a unique athlete. Probably thought he scored on one or two of them down there in the red zone. But there's things that you work on. You take it. We're not taking guys to the ground. He's doing a really good job so far.
Anything else?
Liam, got anything?
I was just wondering who Liam's favorite player is. Is it Kyle Pitts, as he's wearing the Kyle Pitts jersey?
Yeah, and then, they're going to think I got a tight end bias because Tanner's wearing Johnu. I've known Johnu a long time. Spent a lot of mornings with Johnu, and we would FaceTime Tanner as Johnu would come in super early when he was a player. I always joke he had like 2 rookie years, 17, 18, because we changed schemes, and used to FaceTime Tanner, so Tanner thinks Johnu was his buddy. But all these guys, I got a Grady jersey for one of them. You got to be careful as a head coach. You can't play favorites. I don't know. I actually think Liam's got that. As much as he loves Kyle, I think that was the only one in that size. I don't know. Maybe I need to get him a Jake Matthews, something. I don't think you're going to be playing tight end, bud. I think your hand's only going to be on the ground. Maybe we need to get you a Grady or David Onyemata, something a little more inside there, bud.
Coach, is he leaning towards Georgia or Auburn?
Ooh, now you're really trying to put me on the hot seat here, picking SEC schools. Good thing is I went to UNC, so I got no allegiance. Maybe hey, I'll go start the NIL campaign. I'll be like all these rest of these sports dads. Just have my hand out.
Anything else?
All right, thank you.